Take a deep breath. Allow this moment to reach your heart. I am the Lord, your God. He who formed you with his own hands, who saw you before anyone even knew of your existence. I was there, when your soul still had no name, when your bones had not yet lined up in your mother's womb. I've known you since the beginning. And that's why I led you here. It wasn't chance, it wasn't luck, it wasn't a coincidence. This moment is a response to something greater. It is the result of a call that was born in heaven and came down to earth with a single objective: to reach you. Listen carefully. For days I have been observing your steps, your thoughts, your questions. I know you have been searching for meaning, even if in silence. I saw when you prayed without words, when your soul moaned softly, without the strength to explain what you felt. I saw when you tried to hide your tiredness, hide the pain in your body, pretend that everything was fine so as not to worry anyone. And it was exactly there, at that moment when you thought you were alone, that the sky began to move in your favor. 3 of my angels came to me. And it wasn't in a hurry, it wasn't with a routine. They arrived with a weight of glory on their shoulders, like those carrying sacred news. They talked about you. Yes, from you. They mentioned your body, your resistance, your pain, and also your dedication. They said that even though you were tired, you continued. That even though you were injured, you didn't give up. That even in silence, you remained believing. And do you know what I did? I got up from the throne. I tilted my ear. And I listened carefully to everything, because your name echoed in the sky like a sweet perfume. Son, daughter, there is something much bigger happening than your eyes can see. This video is not just another one. This message is not common. What you are hearing now is the answer to an ancient prayer. It is the fruit of a saved cry. It is a heavenly visitation in the form of words. You have been feeling pain that no one understands. It has carried weights that few notice. But today, with my own voice, I tell you, comment now with faith, this word is for me, because I chose you to hear this. I chose you to be healed. I chose you to be restored. You were not brought here by mistake. There is a call on your life. A purpose that still pulses within you. Your body has suffered because it carries something precious. The enemy tried to make you give up precisely because there is something inside you that he fears. But I am here. And if I am here, nothing can stop what I have determined about you. I still speak, I still act, I still lift up those the world thinks have fallen. And now, at this very moment, I am touching your story with my powerful hand. The time of revelation has begun. But I want you to understand, this word needs to be heard with reverence. It's not entertainment. It's intervention. As you listen, something is moving within you. The angels who came to me didn't just bring news, they received orders. And they are already positioned. One at your side, one behind, one in front. They didn't just come to observe. They came to act. Heaven decided to intervene. And this intervention begins now, with your attention, with your willing heart, with your soul open to what I am about to reveal. Take a deep breath once more. You have come this far for an eternal purpose. And you will not only listen, but you will live what I am preparing. Because this word has destiny. And her destiny is yours. Your body, your soul, your spirit are being touched now. Nothing will be like before. And what is to come is neither light nor common. It is something that carries the weight of my glory. And for that reason, I need you to stay with me until the end of this message. What I'm going to reveal next will be answers to questions you didn't even have the courage to ask. Now close your eyes for a moment and allow my presence to envelop every part of your being. Why what you felt until today has not gone unnoticed by me. What you feel, I've already seen. What your body has endured in silence, I know. Every pain you tried to ignore, every night that sleep didn't come, every tear that fell without anyone noticing, I was there. It was there, even when you thought no one was there. I heard when your soul moaned without a sound. I saw your chest tighten and you looked at the ceiling, not knowing if you could continue. None of these things went unnoticed by me. Not just one. Your fight is sacred to me. It is not small, it is not invisible, it is not ignored. When you tried to get out of bed even with your body weak, I saw it. When you forced a smile to not worry others, I saw it. When you remained silent because you felt no one would understand, I saw. I saw every thought that crossed your mind when fear tried to paralyze you. I saw the effort you made to continue praying even without feeling anything. I saw when you raised your hands even in pain, even when tired. And I wrote everything down. Son, daughter, I know your journey more than you imagine. When everyone thought you were fine, I knew your heart was troubled. When you said, everything is okay, I heard your soul screaming for help. When the world moved on, I stopped to take care of you. Because you are mine. Because your body, your history, your resistance, have a value that the world does not understand. But I understand. And that's why I wrote down every renunciation, every choice of faith, every time you decided not to give up even without knowing how to continue. Do you think your faith was small? I say, it was huge. Because true faith is not measured by feelings, but by the decision to continue believing. And you continued. Even without strength. Even scared. Even in silence. You chose to trust when there were no signs. You decided to stay when everything told you to stop. And it touched my heart in a way you still don't understand. The heavens moved when you prayed tiredly. The throne shook as you worshiped through tears. Your obedience has the weight of glory. I don't just look at the results. I look at the effort. I look at the heart. I look at the delivery that no one sees. And you have given in. You have tried. You have remained, even when everything seemed contrary. This is not small. This is not common. This is precious in my eyes. And today I tell you, I saw everything. I have been with you through every difficult night. I was with you when you felt like your body was going to give out. When the mind was confused. When the pain seemed to have no end. I've been there. And I am now. Don't think that nothing is happening. Even when everything seems stopped, I am acting. There is a spiritual movement happening around you. And it started when you decided not to surrender. When you last knelt. When you just breathed and said, Lord, help me. I heard. I replied. I got up. And what I'm doing now is not light, it's not small, it's not symbolic. It's real. It's deep. It is the beginning of a restoration that will touch every part of your being. Share this message with someone who also needs to be reminded that God is seeing everything. Don't keep to yourself what was born in heaven to reach other hearts. There are people, like you, who think they are alone. But they aren't. You are proof that I care, that I see, that I respond. I tell you more, I wrote your name in my book. I registered your tears as prayer. I considered your silence as a cry. I saw your tired soul and covered you with my mercy. Right now, as you listen, there is a movement in the unseen. My spirit moves within you, setting the stage for what comes next. Because I don't just observe, I act. I intervene. I restore. Every little obedience of yours generated waves in the sky. Every time you said, Amen, with a broken heart, it was like a thunder of faith before the angels. And they testified. They confirmed. They stood before me and said, Lord, this son of yours continues to seek your face, even under attack, even in pain, even when tired. And I rejoiced. Because your faithfulness did not go unnoticed. Because your fight was not in vain. Take a deep breath. Because what I am about to reveal will change your perception of what is happening around you. There's something approaching. And you need to be ready to recognize what is divine. Stay tuned. Because the next word I will release is a direct command from heaven, and the angels I mentioned are already positioned to act. The sky is moving in your favor. Don't treat this word as something common. What you are hearing now comes from my throne. It is not the result of emotion or imagination. It's direction. It's an answer. It is direct intervention. Every sentence that reaches your ears at this moment is loaded with my presence. And therefore, it needs to be received with fear and reverence. The entire sky is silent, watching what I am doing now. It's not an exaggeration. It's real. This is a sacred hour. A moment apart from eternity to reach you. You may not see it, but the environment around you has been taken over. My angels are no longer far away. They are positioned at your side, by my order. They didn't just come to observe you, they came to carry out specific missions. Each of them carries an instruction direct from my heart. One was sent to strengthen your body. Because I know he has been targeted. I know he was attacked, pressured, weakened. I know there are nights when he doesn't respond like he used to. But I also know that you didn't give up. And that's why I released help. The second angel carries oil over the mind. Because I saw the weight of your thoughts. The confusion, the fear, the memories that drained you from the inside. I saw when your mind wanted to stop, when your thoughts became labyrinths. And today, I'm releasing it again. Thoughts will be realigned. The voices that didn't come from me will be silenced. And the clarity you've been asking for will begin to manifest itself in subtle but constant ways. The third angel was sent with sword and shield. He will protect your spirit. Because the battles you face are not just physical or emotional. There is a spiritual war that tries to keep you away from your purpose. There are invisible arrows launched against your faith, against your identity, against your hope. But today I declare, your spirit is surrounded. It's shielded. It's kept by me. Do not fear what you cannot see, because I see everything. And I have already erected defenses around you. These three angels walk with you now. Even if your eyes don't perceive them, your soul already feels the impact of their presence. They don't act loudly. They act with precision. They touch where it needs to be touched. They heal what is inflamed. They break what was stuck. They were released because your faithfulness reached heaven. Because your cry broke layers of silence. Because your name was mentioned before me as someone who does not give up. As someone who, even in pain, continues to believe. This is not the time to back down. It's time to remain vigilant. There is a restoration happening in layers. It starts in the body, passes through the mind and reaches the spirit. And this order is not random. Because I know your structure. And I'm rebuilding everything from the ground up. Not just relieving symptoms. I'm healing the root. I'm cleaning up the source. I'm transforming the font. You may think that what you feel now is little, but what you started is already irreversible. The touch I gave inside you will bear fruit that no attack will be able to stop. This is not a temporary cure. It's a complete restructuring. And therefore, it needs to be welcomed with faith and reverence. Don't minimize what's happening. Don't treat it as just another message. This is your answer. This is your date. This is the intervention your body and soul have been waiting for. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to continue listening to what heaven has to say about you. This isn't about number, it's about purpose. It's about staying connected to the voice that sustains you. It's about continuing to receive words that carry anointing, truth and healing. You know this message was different. And there's still more to come. Stay where you are. Don't hang up. Don't get distracted. What I'm going to show you next will reveal the real reason behind the attacks on your body. Because nothing you experienced was by chance. There is a spiritual cause behind physical pain. There is a heavenly reason for the tiredness that haunts you. And when I reveal this to you, everything will make sense. You will understand why you suffered so much, why you resisted so much, and why I am now intervening. Prepare your heart. Because the next word is not just explanation, it's activation. What was asleep will be awakened. What was trapped will be released. And what seemed purposeless will be repositioned at the center of my will. You are in the right place, at the right time, listening to the right voice. And this is no coincidence. It's a miracle. It's careful. It's love. Now take a deep breath once more. The sky is in motion. And your story is being written before my eyes. I started something in you. And I will continue. Until everything is restored. Until everything goes back to the right place. Because if I started it, no one can stop it. And I'm just getting started. Have you ever wondered why your body was so attacked? Why did the pain insist on returning? Why did the tiredness seem greater than normal? I'll show you now what was behind it. The enemy tried to silence your body because it is a sacred instrument in my hands. He does not attack what is empty. He attacks what carries destiny. And your body carries promises. He was designed by me to manifest my glory on earth. That's why the attacks against him were so constant, so intense, so silently dangerous. There are things that only happen when you understand the value of what you carry. And that's what I'm revealing to you now. You were not formed by chance. Your body is not just flesh and bones. He is a consecrated vessel, an abode that I have chosen to inhabit. And the enemy knows this. He tried to convince you that you were too weak, too sick, too tired. He tried to distort your perception, so that you believed that it was already too late, that there was no more strength, that everything was being lost. But it wasn't. I was preserving what I gave you, even in the midst of attacks. Nothing was in vain. Each pain faced, each limitation that appeared suddenly, each poorly slept night, was a reflection of a spiritual war that was unfolding around you. But you didn't notice. Because the enemy does not show itself clearly. He acts in the shadows, trying to wear you down little by little, trying to steal your confidence, your disposition, your faith. But I did not allow him to go beyond the limit. I laid my hand on you. And even when it seemed like everything was falling apart, I was holding you up. This battle you are experiencing is not only natural. It's spiritual. It's a hell of an attempt to disconnect you from your calling. But your calling lives on. It has not been deleted. It has not been revoked. And as long as there is breath in you, there will be fulfillment. Because I am faithful to fulfill every last detail of what I promised. Your body, even fragile, is still the scene of miracles. It will still be an instrument of healing, of praise, of proclamation. I chose him. And I will defend you. You need to understand that it is no coincidence that your body was targeted. It's a sign. A sign that there is something inside you that the enemy does not want to flourish. A sign that your voice carries authority. A sign that your feet still have places to step, and your hands still have work to do. He tried to silence you through pain, but what I put into you speaks louder. And today, I'm activating again what seemed erased. You no longer have to live in fear of pain. Because now you understand where it came from. And more than that, you understand why I allowed it. I allowed it to reveal you. To position you. To mature you. Not as punishment, but as preparation. Because what lies ahead will require true strength from you. Not human strength, but that which comes from me. And this is already being released now. As you listen, something within you is being aligned. As your heart understands, your spirit grows stronger. The enemy tried to make you stop, but he couldn't. And you won't make it. Because I support you. I lift you up. I reaffirm, your body still has a destiny to fulfill. There are promises that will only be manifested through your presence. There is no one else in your place. And you. It was to you that I entrusted this portion of the purpose. And nothing can stop this from happening. Neither illness, nor tiredness, nor fear. Nothing can silence what I have determined. You are mine. And if I am with you, who will be against you? You thought you were fighting alone, but you weren't. While your eyes filled with tears without anyone seeing, while you took deep breaths trying to hide the pain, the sky moved in your favor. I saw the exact moment when your body didn't respond like before. I saw when you tried to continue with dignity, even though everything in you was weakening. The people around may not have noticed. Maybe they didn't even care. But I noticed. And I didn't just see it, I acted. My angels began to act before you even realized you needed help. They were released not by merit, but by grace. For love. Because I never left you. While you slept, they protected your environment. While you cried, they covered you. While your mind was confused, they organized what seemed like chaos. You didn't see it, but you felt it. In the midst of the exhaustion, there was a peace that made no sense. A sudden relief. A force that came from nowhere. This was no coincidence. It was intervention. Your every prayer has been heard. Even the shortest ones. Even those who just said, "Lord, help me." Even the ones you did mentally, without being able to open your mouth. Heaven doesn't need perfect words, it needs sincere hearts. And yours has been like this, sincere, broken, but faithful. I took in every outcry like incense. Your every gesture of silent faith shook the heavens. When you knelt without strength, the angels stood ready. When you praised in tears, the atmosphere around you transformed. I know no one else saw it. I know you tried to maintain your composure, even though you were falling apart inside. I know you said everything was fine just to not worry your loved ones. But I know every detail. I know how your body has been screaming. I know the nights you thought you couldn't take it anymore. And today I tell you with authority and tenderness, I care. I take care. I protect. And if you believe that this message came from heaven straight to your heart, comment now, 7777. This number will be a prophetic sign that you heard, received, and believed. My care is not superficial. It's detailed. It's deep. My angels are not just around you. They are acting within you. They are touching invisible points, places that you didn't even know needed to be restored. They are correcting what has been distorted, cleaning what has been contaminated, rekindling what has been extinguished. There is a healing underway that has not yet fully manifested, but has already begun. And this cure does not depend on the diagnosis of men, it depends on the order that came from my throne. Trust. Even if you don't see it. Even if you still feel pain. Even if it seems like nothing has changed. Because I am the God who works in the invisible before manifesting in the visible. I am the God who prepares everything in silence before making the miracle public. Don't despise the process. Don't ignore the signs. That slight improvement, that unexpected rest, that word that arrived at the right time, all of this is proof that heaven has your back. You are more guarded than you realize. More loved than you believe. And stronger than you feel. Because I support you. And if I am with you, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Your resistance doesn't just come from you. It comes from my presence. That's why, even though you're exhausted, you're still standing. Because I didn't let you fall. Because my hand still holds you. Take a deep breath. I am renewing not only your strength, but your vision. I'm making you see that you're not lost. That what seemed like abandonment was silent care. That what seemed like absence was silent protection. The sky is moving with strategy. And your name continues to echo before me. You have not been forgotten. It was remembered. Chosen. Careful. Anointed. And the best is yet to be revealed. Get ready. Because the healing will be complete. And your story will still be a living testimony of what I can do. It's not the end. It is the beginning of your restoration. What seemed like definitive closure was, in fact, the starting point for what I'm about to do to you. You looked at your body and thought it had reached its limit. You felt like there was nothing left to do, that your strength had already run out, that nothing would change anymore. But I say, what is broken will be restored. What is weakened will be strengthened. Whoever fell ill will be cured, because I have already started to act. The disease does not have the last word. Where does not define your destiny. The tiredness that paralyzed you will not be the end of you. Because when I enter the scene, nothing remains as it was. And I entered. I entered every area of your body that cried out for help. I entered where the exams showed nothing, but you felt everything. I entered the tired cells, the weakened bones, the silently affected organs. I entered with power and love. And what I start, I finish. You didn't realize it, but signs have already started to emerge. That slight improvement. That night of sleep that seemed impossible. That peace that didn't come from outside. These are the first signs that the restoration has begun. It will not come with noise. It will come steadily. With precision. With purpose. Because I am the God who heals, but also the God who rebuilds. And what I'm rebuilding in you won't be fragile like before. It will be solid. Lasting. Stable. My son, my daughter, I didn't bring you here to leave you halfway. Don't put a period where I'm just turning the page. There are new chapters waiting to be lived. Chapters where your voice will be firm again, where your steps will have direction, where your hands will work again without pain. Chapters in which your body will be a channel of blessing, not a source of suffering. Share this message with someone who needs to remember that God still has control. Because there are many who, like you, thought it was already too late. But it's not. This is a season of integral renewal. Not just relief, but reconstruction. Not just physical strength, but mental clarity. Not just emotional healing, but spiritual reactivation. What I'm doing to you is not superficial. It's deep. It will touch areas that have been injured for years. You will reach memories that held you back. It will break cycles that drained your energy without you realizing it. And all of this is happening now, even if it is invisible to the eye. The angels I sent continue to work. They didn't come just for a moment. They came to follow your process. One of them touches your physical structure, another reorganizes your mind, and the third protects your spirit from everything that tried to weaken you inside. They obey my voice. And my voice declared, it is time to restore. It's time to renew. It is time to prepare this body for what I am yet to accomplish through it. Don't be afraid if some symptoms persist. They are not a sign of defeat, they are noises of something losing strength. What had dominion over you is being uprooted. What tied you down is being undone. What seemed permanent will be reversed. I'm talking about life where there was darkness. I am releasing vigor where there was exhaustion. I am building stability where before there was constant instability. Everything about you is being repositioned for the new time that has already begun. And if I started, no one can stop. You are not tied to the diagnosis, the history, or the expectations of others. You are under my word. And my word is alive, powerful, and when released, it fulfills what I have determined. That's why now, even without understanding everything, your heart begins to feel that something has changed. And it really changed. Because I am the Lord your God. And I'm saying it again, it's not the end. It is the beginning of your restoration. Your body is holy, even when fragile. I tell you this because many have tried to convince you otherwise. Many, even yourself, looked at your reflection and saw only wear, limitations, failures. But I see it differently. I see purpose. I see a temple. I see the abode I chose to dwell in with my glory. Even when you feel weak, your body carries something that makes it sacred, my presence. Have you ever felt guilty about not being able to do what you used to do? Have you ever looked in the mirror and not recognized who you saw there? Have you ever compared yourself to others and believed there was something wrong with you? But today I break these lies. No scar diminishes your value. No mark of time separates you from my love. No physical weakness makes me give up on you. On the contrary, I approach those who feel small. I become strong in weakness. I reveal myself in vulnerability. Your dignity is not in how others see you, but in how I formed you. And I formed you with intention. Every detail of your body was shaped by my hands. Every cell, every trace, every beat of your heart. You are not a mistake, not an accident, not a burden. You are a temple. You are holy house. You are a vessel of honor that carries eternal content. And that's exactly why you were so attacked. Because the enemy knows that where I dwell, there is light. There is power. There is testimony. He tried to reach the temple because he could not reach the contents. But now I am restoring the structure myself. I am cleansing, strengthening, renewing every part that has been shaken. I am raising internal columns that have been weakened by time, by pain, by the words you received that made you disbelieve in yourself. I'm removing all the debris that has accumulated inside you. Everything that prevented your health from flourishing. everything that stifled your vital energy. Son, daughter, your restoration is not just healing, it is repositioning. I am putting you back at the center of purpose. I am raising you up as a living temple that walks, that serves, that witnesses. You were not called to survive pain. You were called to carry my glory. And she will manifest herself. It will overflow. It will reach others through you. Because it's not about your strength. It's about my anointing dwelling in you. If this message spoke to your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because I will continue talking to you. I will continue guiding you. I will continue to reveal that what I started in you is stronger than any diagnosis, than any thought of devaluation. My word will be the mirror through which you will see yourself from now on. Don't accept shame as a companion anymore. Don't accept tiredness as a sentence anymore. No longer accept appearance as a measure of your value. I am restoring your interior and, together with it, I am returning the shine to your eyes, the lightness to your steps, the vigor to your days. The temple is being purified. And with it, your story is being rewritten. Take a deep breath. What once seemed like decadence is now a platform for revelation. The weakness that surrounded you is now fertile soil for my strength to flourish. And your life, your whole life, will be a testimony that the body, even fragile, is holy when consecrated to me. Get ready to see your identity being restored, not on the outside, but on the inside. Because whoever formed you is now renewing you. And I don't make mistakes. I don't fail. And I would never leave you the way you are. I am lifting not only your body, but the purpose it carries. I am healing beyond what meets the eye. Because there are pains that don't show up on exams. There are wounds that don't bleed, but burn every day. There are pressures that no one notices, but that weigh like mountains on your chest. And that's where I'm playing now. Not just in your flesh, but in what wears you down inside. In your exhausted mind. In your overwhelmed emotions. In your confused thoughts. In the memories that come back without being called. In the fear that insists on staying, even when everything seems calm. I know you completely. Not just on the outside, but also on the inside. I know what affects you without you knowing how to name it. I know what takes away your sleep, your appetite, your joy. I know what you try to push away, as if ignoring it was enough to heal. But today, with my voice, I tell you, I am healing the invisible. I am addressing what has been neglected for so long. I am touching your nervous system, regulating your mind, restoring connections that were compromised by excess pressure, by words that hurt you, by decisions that overwhelmed you. There is a level of healing happening right now that you don't yet understand. Because it's not immediate like a cut that heals. It's progressive. It's silent. It's accurate. I'm rearranging your mind. Calming racing thoughts. Calming the memories that insist on stealing your peace. Correcting distortions that made you believe that you were not enough, that you were not worthy, that there was no hope for you anymore. I am clearing the internal images that tied you to the past. Erasing voices that tried to define your worth based on your flaws. There is a work happening inside you that no medicine could do. No treatment would achieve that. Because what hurt you wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. And I specialize in treating what the natural world doesn't touch. I am operating on you like a divine surgeon. With precision. With love. With patience. Removing what is inflamed. Scraping what contaminated. Sewing together what was torn. Regenerating what seemed dead. And the most impressive thing is that you don't need to understand how. You just need to rest in the fact that I am doing it. You will notice the difference. Little by little, but it goes. One day, you will be surprised to remember something painful without feeling the weight it once did. You will notice that that fear that held you back no longer has any strength. You will realize that that guilt that was sinking you no longer dominates you. Because I am rebuilding your identity. And in doing so, your soul finds relief. Your body responds. Your attitudes change. Because when I heal from within, everything around begins to align. You are not just being treated, you are being released. Of comparisons. The need to justify yourself. The obligation to appear strong at all times. I am shedding the emotional fatigue that has built up over the years. I'm giving you back the lightness you haven't felt since childhood. I'm showing you that it's possible to live in peace without needing to control everything. That it is possible to trust even without understanding. That it's possible to take a deep breath and finally feel like everything is okay. If this word is really reaching you, enjoy this video right now. Not just as a gesture, but as an act of faith. Because what is being released upon you is not ordinary. It's supernatural. It's heavenly. It's for you. And by recognizing this, your heart opens even more to receive everything I have prepared. Son, daughter, I'm not just healing you. I'm rebuilding you. I am preparing you for a new time where your stability will come from the inside out. Where your decisions will not be driven by fear, but by peace. Where your relationships will not be based on lack, but on fullness. Where your rest will not be an escape, but the result of a restored soul. Stay tuned in the coming days. They will not be the same. Not because the world around you is going to change, but because something inside you is being aligned with heaven. And when that happens, everything changes. I am healing beyond what meets the eye. Because I am the Lord who sees beyond appearances. I see the heart. I see your essence. And that's exactly where I'm acting now. My presence is the balm that was missing. Not the kind of relief that passes quickly, but the kind that goes where no human touch can reach. I saw when you looked for so many ways to rest, to feel better, to regain peace. He tried to sleep more, silence thoughts, seek distractions, but the relief never lasted. It was as if something was still missing, as if the soul remained restless, even when everything around seemed calm. And today I tell you, what was missing was my presence. It wasn't the absence of sleep, it was the absence of peace. It wasn't just physical tiredness, it was inner overload. What your soul needed was not more free time, it was more time with me. Because it is in me that your soul truly rests. It is in my presence that your mind slows down, that your feelings are organized, that your spirit breathes. It's not about escaping the world, but about entering the place where the world cannot touch. And that place is here. With me. I didn't just come to ease your pain, I came to stay with you while it heals. I came to surround you with my love until every tired part blooms again. I came to sit with you in the midst of your tiredness and transform this valley into a meeting place. Because where many expect you to recover alone, I extend my hand. Where the world says, move on, I say, rest in me. There are things inside you that only restore themselves when you stop. When silent. When you stop trying to solve everything with your own strength. And it is at this moment that I appear more clearly. That's where your soul hears my voice clearly. Not with shouts, but with a whisper that brings healing. Because I don't invade, I welcome. I don't pressure, I maintain. I don't charge for productivity, I offer presence. Your soul was not made to live in war all the time. Not even your body to support the weight of the world alone. I created you to dwell with me. To find in me the rest that no place can give. And this rest has already begun. It's happening now, as you let yourself listen, as you let me in. There is a rest that does not depend on circumstances, but on the awareness that I am here. And I am. As you breathe, I align your soul. While your heart beats, I pour peace over your thoughts. While your body rests, I take care of what worries you. Because I am the God who works as you trust. Who acts while you adore me. What healing while you surrender. Don't try to be strong all the time. There is power in vulnerability when it is placed in my hands. My presence is enveloping you like a smooth oil. It is entering through the gaps that the pain opened. It's filling the void that you didn't even know how to name. I am restoring your ability to rejoice without guilt, to breathe without heaviness, to live without fear. I am teaching you to dwell in me, not as one who visits, but as one who dwells. Because your true home is me. And here, in my presence, you will be completely restored. It doesn't matter how long it took you to get here. What matters is that you arrived. And I do not receive you with demands, but with tenderness. I do not look at you with demands, but with compassion. I don't ask you for explanations, I offer you rest. You don't need to impress me. It just needs to be. And once it is, everything starts to align. Because my presence not only consoles you, it transforms you. And it is in this place, in this invisible and eternal environment, that I am preparing your body, your mind, and your spirit for what will come. I am establishing your roots in deep waters, so that the winds of life no longer pull you from the ground. I am rebuilding your foundation, not with pressure, but with grace. I am lifting you lightly, so that your journey is no longer a lonely struggle, but a journey with me. Stay here. Because what I'm doing isn't finished yet. There is more to be healed. There is more to be revealed. There is more of me for you to know. And it all begins where the world ends, in the silence of my presence. I was there when no one saw you. When you cried in silence, without the strength to explain, I was close. When your soul fell silent because there were no more words, I heard the sound of your heart. When tiredness took over your body and everything seemed to spin meaninglessly, I held your structure from the inside. Nobody noticed, but I noticed. No one reached out, but I supported you. While you thought you were invisible, I saw you with eyes of love. You thought you were alone that morning, when sleep didn't come and your body seemed to give up. But I was there. Not as a distant idea, but as a living presence, resting at your side, caring for what you couldn't even name. I enveloped you in silence, not so that you would notice me, but so that you would remain standing. And you remained. Even in pieces, even exhausted, even scared. This was no small feat, that was a miracle. And I was there, every moment. I saw when you tried to explain your pain, but no one understood. I saw when they laughed at your weakness, when they reduced your struggle, when they ignored the signs of exhaustion. I saw when they said it was drama, that it was exaggeration, that it was a lack of faith. But I knew. I knew that behind your silence there was a cry. I knew that behind your attempt at normality there was a cry for help. And that's why I didn't move away. I was left. Even when your faith wavered. Even when your mind wanted to give up. I was left. Because I am faithful. While your body was getting sick, my spirit was already acting. Touching your cells. Protecting your organs. Strengthening your defenses. sending peace to your inner chemistry. You did not see it, but your survival was sustained by my intervention. It wasn't just medication. It wasn't just rest. It was my hand, working while you slept. It was my voice, calming your vital functions. It was my love, keeping you from falling apart. I carried you on days you thought you were just enduring. I kept you in moments when your heart wanted to stop. I protected you from evils that never manifested because I was the one who blocked them. And even today, I continue blocking, shielding, deflecting invisible attacks that don't reach you because the sky covers you. Because my presence is not just comfort, it is protection. Share this message with anyone who thinks God has forgotten about them. There are many like you, trying to survive in silence, thinking that they are not seen, that they are not heard, that they are not cared for. But I care. I always took care. And the proof is that you are here, now, listening to this word that came from my heart and was directed exactly at your moment. Nothing you faced was in vain. Not even the days when your mind was blank and your soul was tired. I was purifying your path. I was preparing your insides. Because there is something new being born inside you. Something that needed this emptying. I know it hurt. I know you thought you couldn't handle it. But he endured it. And because you endured it, you are now ready for what comes. Don't think that I was far away. I was closer than ever. Your every tear has been collected. Every breathless breath, every tired sigh, every attempt to continue was seen as an act of faith. I never ignored your pain. On the contrary, I used every moment to water seeds that were dormant within you. Seeds of maturity, authority, discernment. And now, they begin to sprout. What you felt like abandonment was actually preparation. Because the treasures I placed in you could only emerge on this broken ground. Now your soul is more sensitive, more attentive, stronger than you imagine. And your body, although fragile, carries a resistance that was born from my constant presence. I was there. And I'm still here. Because your restoration is not over yet. It's just starting to blossom before my eyes. And I'm going to the end. I always will. Because I am the God who never abandons his own. You are a work in progress, not an interrupted project. I never left anything half done, and I wouldn't start something with you that I don't intend to finish. The process you are going through is not a sign of failure or rejection. It's a construction sign. I am forming you from the inside out. Polishing old layers, removing unnecessary weight, adjusting what has been distorted by time and pain. Nothing about you is being ignored. Everything is being handled with precision, with purpose, with love. You looked at yourself and thought you had stopped. That he had lost his strength. That was late. But I saw something else. I saw you being refined. I saw your interior being matured. I saw your roots being deepened. I saw your structure gaining resistance. Because before taking you to new places, I needed to prepare you to support them. And this preparation is not done in a hurry. It demands silence, it demands time, it demands brokenness. And you went through it all. And even without understanding it, it remained. The pain was not punishment. It was a tool. Silence was not abandonment. It was strategy. Fatigue was not contempt. It was a limit to teach you to depend on me. In each of these phases, I was present. Refining your faith. Increasing your ability to hear my voice. Separating you from what distracts you. Making you more sensitive, stronger, more whole. Nothing was lost. Everything is being turned into a foundation for what is to come. I don't rush, because eternal works are not built in a hurry. And you are one of those works. You are a temple. You are a testimony. You are someone who carries within you the marks of my care. When others look at you and only see what's still missing, I look and see how much you've grown. How much has already been healed. How much has already been transformed. And that is why I tell you with authority, you were not interrupted. You have been reoriented. You were separated. You were refined to carry something greater. If this word is uplifting you, subscribe to this channel right now. There is a journey being built within you, and each message that reaches you is part of the work I am carrying out. Don't lose track of what I started. There is more to come. There are deeper layers to be touched. There are promises that have not yet been manifested because the ground was being prepared. But now, the time of revelation is approaching. I saw you in the days when you thought you had regressed. When he thought he was unlearning. When he felt he was no longer producing anything. But it was the opposite. You were being renewed. The old structure was being dismantled. The old forces were being exchanged. Motivations have been purified. What used to move you no longer moves you. Because now, your source is in me. And that changes everything. What seemed like wasted time was actually lost time. Fundamentals time. Time in which I, with patience, rebuilt your soul. The faith that is being born in you is now more solid. Love, purest. Peace, more constant. You are not the same. And this is a sign that the refinement is fulfilling its purpose. When I finish this phase, you will understand why it was necessary to go through everything you went through. Stay with me. Because even if human eyes don't perceive it, I see the beauty of what is being born. And what is born with a firm foundation remains. You will be like a tree planted by the waters, which bears fruit in its season and is not shaken by the wind. Because the work I began in you is not fragile. It's durable. It's sacred. And like every work done by my hands, it will be completed with glory. You are mine. And what is mine, I perfect until the end. The new has already started inside you. Even if your eyes don't perceive it yet, there is already a movement happening inside you. There are cells being restored. There are functions being reactivated. There are internal structures being aligned with the purpose I established from the beginning. While you wait for external signs, I am working where no one sees, because all true transformation begins in the invisible. And what I am building in you now will be support for what is to come. I am rearranging your inner house. I'm cleaning out what took up space but didn't generate life. I am rebuilding pillars of faith, hope and spiritual strength. What was previously out of alignment, little by little comes back into place. What was previously weakened begins to gain strength. What previously seemed functionless returns to pulsating with meaning. Because your body, soul and spirit are no longer fragmented, they are being integrated to live in harmony with my will. You don't realize it, but your energy is changing. Your breathing already carries more peace. Your heart already beats with more confidence. The lightness that begins to emerge does not come from physical rest, but from the weight that I am lifting from your shoulders. It's the weight of the pressure, the comparison, the silent guilt that has accompanied you for years. I'm taking this away and putting a new cloak in its place. Cloak on purpose. Alignment cloak. Deep restoration cloak. You were not healed just to live lighter days. You were healed to bear glory. You have been healed to go beyond survival. You were healed to manifest what I planted within you. And therefore, your inner structure needed to be strengthened first. I do not pour new wine into an old wineskin. Rather, I restore the wineskin so that it can withstand what is to come. And this process is already underway within you. It is being sown with details. It is being solidly established. Don't underestimate the silence you feel right now. It is a sign of realignment. Do not ignore the stillness of your spirit. It's a sign of maturity. Don't be surprised by the emptiness of some sensations. It's a sign of cleanliness. What I'm doing to you goes beyond emotion. It goes beyond what is temporary. It is deep, lasting, transformative. Because I don't just touch the symptom. I treat the root. And the root has already been reached by my word. Your temple is being rebuilt. And with it, your ability to dream. Your willingness to move forward. Your pleasure in living without fear. I am returning senses that had been deadened. I am rekindling lights that have been turned off by routine, by pain, by frustrations. I am renewing your sensitivity to my voice, my touch, my care. You will again notice my presence in the details. You will once again be moved by what you previously ignored. You will live deeply again. This reconstruction is spiritual, but it is also physical. I am releasing vigor into your body, strength to your bones, stability for your mind, clarity for your emotions. Everything is being realigned so that you walk without dragging, speak without being silent inside, live without hiding behind masks. I didn't heal you just to ease you. I healed you to reposition you. And this new positioning requires a restored body, a clean soul, and an awakened spirit. Take a deep breath now. You are in the middle of a sacred process. The new thing that I have prepared does not start from the outside to the inside. It starts from the inside out. And this inside is already being touched, restored, and transformed by my presence. Stand firm. Because when this process is complete, your life will not only be different, it will be a living testimony to my glory. And many will see what I did in you and know that it was my hand, my love, my promise fulfilled in every detail. Some losses were disguised releases. I know it hurt. I know you didn't understand at the time. I know you cried over relationships that were broken, over paths that were closed, over plans that didn't move forward. But today I reveal to you, it was not rejection, it was preservation. It wasn't punishment, it was direction. I removed what would not take you to where I called you. I removed what drained your strength and prevented you from flourishing. And even though it felt like abandonment, it was love. A love that protected you from collapsing under the weight of something that didn't come from me. There are things that you really wanted to keep, but that were making you sick inside. There are people you loved, but who were diverting your focus, fueling your insecurities, and silently stifling your purpose. And as difficult as it was, I needed to allow the separation. Because the new one I prepared requires lightness. Requires space. It demands freedom for my seeds to grow without competition, without distraction, without interference. You asked for renewal, and I started by clearing the land. Not every loss is a loss. Sometimes it's pruning. And all pruning hurts. But every pruning also reveals the farmer's care. And I am that farmer. I know every branch, every fruit, every root. And I know exactly what needs to stay and what needs to go. Not because I want to take it away, but because I want you to be more fruitful. And bearing fruit requires delivery. It requires trust. It demands letting go of what cannot walk with you in the next season. You were not left behind. You have been set apart to advance. And this separation hurts at first, but frees in the process. You can't imagine how much you were protected when you lost what you tried so hard to hold on to. There were ties that looked like affection, but were handcuffs. There were projects that seemed like yours, but were not born of my spirit. There were paths that promised a lot, but would end in frustration. And I freed you. I freed you even when you fought to remain. Today I tell you, trust me. Trust what came out. Trust what remains. Trust what is to come. Because everything I allow has purpose. And if something left, it's because it no longer played a role in your growth process. It no longer served you. It was too heavy for the new thing that I am bringing. And if you believe that this word came straight from heaven to confirm what you were already feeling, comment now, I trust in God's plans. Don't blame yourself for what you undone. Don't beat yourself up over what you couldn't sustain. Sometimes what you call failure is just the end of a cycle. And cycles need to end for new beginnings to happen. I'm repositioning you. I'm cleaning your journey. I'm reorganizing your connections. New people will come. New directions will be revealed. And it will all make sense when you look back and realize that I was always in control. What you experienced was not in vain. Pain taught you. Losses matured you. Disappointments have made you more sensitive to my voice. And now, you are more prepared than ever to discern what comes from me and what just felt good. You are more alert. Deeper. Firmer. Because the fire you went through didn't burn you, it purified you. Keep walking. Don't look back with regret, but with gratitude. Because what seemed like an end was, in fact, deliverance. What seemed empty was space being opened up. What seemed like loss was the seed of something new being planted. And that seed is already sprouting. It's already growing inside you. It's already pointing to the sky. And the fruit that will come will be abundant, it will be eternal, it will be for my glory. You are no longer who you were. And this is proof that the process worked. That pruning produced growth. That the pain took root. And now, you will flourish. Lightly. Clearly. With purpose. Because everything I allowed to leave your life made room for something much bigger to enter. And it's already coming in. Because the new has arrived. And you are ready to live it. You are being aligned with the eternal. There is something happening in you that goes beyond human understanding. It is a profound, silent, but precise work. I am adjusting your mind, your body, and your spirit in perfect harmony with heaven. Because the new time that I have prepared requires more than resistance, it demands clarity, it demands integrity, it demands discernment, it demands spiritual vigor. And this is all being released upon you now. It's not just about changing phases, but about aligning with what is eternal. Distractions are being removed. Excesses are being pruned. Internal noises are being silenced. Because in this season, it is not possible to move forward carrying what does not match who you are becoming. I'm not just healing you, I'm aligning you. So that your every step is firm. So that your decisions are in accordance with my voice. So that your journey reflects what I established from the beginning. Your mind is being renewed. Old thoughts are being replaced by eternal truths. The lies you believed about yourself are being undone. The fear that prevented you from taking the next step is losing its strength. The weight that kept you stuck is being removed. Because now your vision is expanding. You are beginning to see with the eyes of faith. And that changes everything. The new season demands a different kind of faith. No longer one that depends on evidence, on external confirmations, on human security. But a faith that is established in the invisible. Who rests in what I promised, even when everything around seems contrary. I'm teaching you to trust what hasn't yet manifested itself. Walking on water. Moving with conviction even without seeing the ground. Your body, your mind, and your spirit are coming into unison with my will. This means that your health begins to respond to your obedience. That your emotions begin to reflect your confidence. May your physique begin to carry the lightness of your restored spirit. And in this alignment, everything starts to flow. What once required effort will now come with grace. What used to drain you will now be a source of life. Because I am in the center. And where I am, there is order, there is balance, there is fullness. You will feel that something has changed. And it won't be because the external environment has transformed, but because your interior has been repositioned. Anxiety will give way to peace. Insecurity will give way to certainty. Doubt will give way to direction. And all of this will not be the result of logic or planning, but of my presence in you. Of my spirit working within you. From heaven inhabiting your land. If this word confirmed what you were already feeling in your spirit, enjoy this video now. Not as an emotional response, but as an act of faith. As if to say, Lord, I receive this alignment. Because your gesture is also prophetic. It also carries power. It also declares to the invisible world that you are ready to live what comes from me. This transition won't be easy for everyone, but it will be easy for you. Because your root is now firm. Because your mind now knows who guides you. Because your spirit already recognizes the sound of my voice. What confused you no longer has access. What led you astray no longer finds an opening. And what weakened you has already lost its dominance. For I, the Lord, am making all things new within you. It remains in this process. Because what comes will require your best version, not the most perfect version, but the most aligned. The one who knows how to rest. Who knows how to wait. Who knows how to discern. Who knows how to walk in the rhythm of the sky. And this rhythm has already started to play inside you. And it's guiding you to the next step. On to the next reveal. For the next season that is already at the door. It's not finished. You are just getting started. What you thought was the end of a cycle was actually the first step of a new season. I haven't stopped acting on you. On the contrary, I have just opened a new phase of your journey. The phase where what was once survival turns into authority. Where the pain that hurt you turns into healing for others. Where the fragility of your body becomes a living testimony of what my strength is capable of restoring. You're not seeing everything yet, but you're starting to feel it. There is a new rhythm establishing itself within you. A new kind of vigor. A new type of perception. A new kind of faith. And that didn't come from chance, nor from your own strength. That came from me. I am lifting your body with a new structure. Not just with relief, but with resistance. Not just with patching, but with complete renovation. Not just with restoration, but with repositioning. The strength that will sustain you from now on is not the same as before. It's more stable, deeper, more aligned with who you are becoming. Because your mission is not over. There are promises that still need to be fulfilled. There are words released that will still flourish. There are destinies that depend on your presence, your voice, your touch, your life. And because of that, I keep working. Because everything I started in you will be completed. I don't bring you here and then abandon you. I don't lift you up and then let you fall. Every step of your restoration has been guided by my hands. Even the pauses, the silences, the uncertainties, everything is part of the work. And this work is holy. This work is eternal. This work carries within it the seal of my promise. Don't be alarmed by the slowness. It is a sign of depth. I'm in no rush when I'm building something that will last. What I am activating in you now is more than healing. It's identity. It's clarity of purpose. It is spiritual maturity. It's the ability to recognize my voice amid distractions. Ability to say no to what weakens you. Ability to maintain your peace even in challenging environments. I don't just want to restore you, I want to prepare you to carry glory. And glory requires structure. It requires consistency. Requires root. So I'm still digging deep into you. Not to expose you, but to ground you. I am still refining your soul, adjusting your mind, strengthening your emotions, shielding your spirit. Because what lies ahead will be intense. Not for weight, but for purpose. You will be the answer. You will be an instrument. You will be shelter. And this requires that your internal structure is ready. The process is not over yet. But look back for a moment and see, you are no longer in the same place. You no longer feel the same pain with the same weight. You no longer carry the same fear. He no longer believes the same lies. This is proof that the transformation is underway. It's subtle, but it's real. It's discreet, but it's profound. And it will continue to happen every day as you abide in me. Every morning, I will renew your strength. With each step, I will reaffirm your direction. With each challenge, I will show you that you are not alone. Because I follow you. And while you walk, I continue preparing the way. While you trust, I continue working behind the scenes. While you rest, I continue writing the next chapter. Nothing stands still. Everything is being aligned with the sky. And even if days come where it seems like everything has cooled down again, remember, it hasn't. The foundation is being established. Your resistance is being shaped. Your heart is being tested to receive what is eternal. Because I don't give big things to fragile structures. I strengthen before handing over. I prepare before revealing. And I am preparing something great for you. The work continues. The sky is still looking over your story. My angels continue to surround you. My spirit remains within you. My promise still stands. And your life will still be marked by miracles that you didn't even dare ask for. Because I am the God who does beyond. And what I'm doing in you now won't end next week, or next month. It will accompany you throughout your life. Take a deep breath again. This is just the beginning of something extraordinary. Breathe deeply. Let this time touch your heart. I am your God, the Lord. He who created you with his own hands, who saw you before anybody ever knew of your existence. I was there when your bones had not yet aligned up in your mother's womb and your soul still had no name. From the start, I have known you. That is why I brought you here. It was not coincidence nor luck nor chance. This moment is the outcome of a summons that was born in heaven and came down to earth with one goal, to reach you. It is a reaction to something bigger. Pay attention. I have been watching your actions, your ideas, your inquiries for days. Though in quiet, I know you have been looking for significance. I witnessed when your spirit moaned quietly, without the power to articulate what you experienced, when you prayed without words. I noticed when you attempted to conceal your weariness, your bodily suffering, and to act as though all was okay so as not to concern others. It was precisely then, at that time when you believed you were alone, that the skies started to shift in your favor. 3 of my angels visited me. It wasn't with a routine, it wasn't in a rush. Like people bearing divine news, they came with a weight of glory on their shoulders. They mentioned you. Indeed, from you. They spoke about your commitment as well as your body, your suffering, and your resistance. They claimed you persisted despite exhaustion. That you kept going despite your injury. That you stayed believing even in quiet. And do you know what I did? I rose from the throne. I turned my ear. And I paid close attention to everything since your name rang in the sky like a nice perfume. Son, daughter, there is something far larger going on than your eyes can see. This film is not only another. This is not a typical message. What you are hearing now is the answer to an ancient prayer. It is the result of a saved cry. It is a heavenly visitation in the form of words. You have been suffering pain that no one gets. It has borne weights that many overlook. But today, with my own voice, I tell you, comment immediately with faith, this word is for me, because I picked you to hear this. I selected you to recover. I selected you to be restored. You were not brought here by accident. Your life has a call. A goal still beating inside you. Your body suffers from carrying something valuable. The foe attempted to get you to quit exactly because he fears something within you. But I exist. And should I be here, nothing can prevent what I have decided about you. I still talk, I still do things, and I still raise up those the world believes have fallen. And now, at this exact time, my strong hand is stroking your narrative. Revelation time has started. But I want you to know, this word deserves to be received with respect. It is not amusement. It's a form of intervention. Listening causes something to shift inside you. The angels who came to me got orders, not simply news. They are already in place. One beside you, one behind, one in front. They didn't just show up to watch. They came to perform. Heaven chose to step in. Your attention, your willing heart, your soul receptive to what I am about to disclose, begins this intervention now. Breathe deeply again. You have traveled this far for an everlasting goal. You will not only hear but also experience what I am getting ready. Destiny defines this word. Her fate is yours. Your body, your soul, your spirit are being touched right now. Nothing will be like previously. What is to come is neither like nor usual. It is something that bears the burden of my greatness. And for that reason, I want you to remain with me until the conclusion of this speech. The next thing I will show you will be responses to inquiries you lacked even the guts to pose. Now, for a time, shut your eyes and let my presence cover all of your existence. Why what you felt until today has not gone unnoticed by me. What you feel, I have previously witnessed. I know what your body has suffered in quiet. I was there for every pain you attempted to avoid, every sleepless night, every unnoticed tear shed. Even when you believed no one was present, it was there. I heard when your silent soul moaned. You stared at the ceiling, your chest tightening and unsure whether you could go on. I observed every one of these items. Not only one. Your struggle is holy to me. It is not small, it is not invisible, it is not overlooked. I observed it as you attempted to rise from bed even with your body feeble. I saw it when you smiled to avoid causing concern for others. I witnessed when you stayed mute since you believed no one would grasp. I witnessed every thought racing through your head as terror attempted to paralyze you. I noticed your effort to keep praying even without sensation. I noticed you raised your hands even in agony, even when exhausted. I recorded all down. Son, daughter, I know your path more than you think. Though many believed you were okay, I knew your heart was suffering. Your spirit cried for rescue when you said, everything is okay. I paused to look after you as the world went on. Since you belong to me. Because your body, your past, your tenacity have a worth the world does not grasp. But I get it. Every renunciation, every decision of faith, every time you chose not to give up even without knowing how to go on, I recorded. Was your faith little? I claim it was great. True faith is the decision to keep believing, not feelings, hence it is not quantified. You kept on. Though without power. Though afraid. Still in quietness. You decided to believe in the absence of indications. When everything advised you to quit, you chose to remain. And it moved me in a way you still don't get. When you prayed wearily, the heavens shifted. Worshipping through tears caused the throne to tremble. The weight of greatness is your compliance. Results don't interest me alone. I consider the work. I consider the heart. I consider the unnoticed delivery. And you have surrendered. You have made an effort. You have stayed even when everything appeared to be against you. This is not little. This is unusual. To me, this is priceless. And today I say to you, I witnessed everything. Every tough night I have spent with you. I was with you when you believed your body was about to fail. When the mind was muddled. When the suffering appeared unending. I have been there. And I am currently. Don't assume nothing is going on. I am acting even when all looks stopped. A spiritual movement is going on all around you. It began when you chose not to give up. Last time you knelt. I heard when you simply breathed and said, Lord, help me. I responded. I rose. What I'm doing now is not light, not little, not symbolic. It is genuine. It is profound. It starts a healing process affecting every aspect of your being. Tell someone else who also needs to be reminded that God is watching everyone to share this message. Share with others what was created in heaven to touch their hearts. Some folks, like you, believe they are all alone. But they are not. You show me that I care, that I notice, that I react. I tell you more, I recorded your name in my book. I recorded your tears as prayer. I took your quiet for a cry. I observed your weary spirit and cloaked you with my compassion. As you listen now, there is an invisible movement. My spirit goes inside you, so preparing the next event. I act since I don't only watch. I take action. I bring back. Every single act of yours created ripples in the heavens. Every time you said, Amen, with a shattered heart, it was like a thunder of faith before the angels. They spoke out. They verified. Lord, this son of yours keeps looking for your face even under assault, in agony, even when exhausted, they exclaimed standing in front of me. I was glad. Your faithfulness did not go unobserved. Your struggle was not pointless. Breathe deeply. What I am about to show will alter your view of what is going on around you. Something is coming. You must be prepared to see what is heavenly. Keep listening. The next word I will publish is a direct instruction from heaven. The angels I indicated are already set to act. The skies is shifting in your favor. treat this word as something unusual. What you are now hearing originates from my throne. It is not the product of fantasy or feeling. It's coarse. That is a response. It is direct involvement. Every utterance that now reaches your ears is packed with my presence. So it has to be taken with respect and dread. The whole sky is silent, observing what I am doing now. That's not an exaggeration. It is genuine. This hour is sacred. A moment apart from eternity to find you. You might not see it, but your surroundings have been taken over. My angels are no longer far. By my command, they are at your side. They came to complete particular tasks, not only to watch you. Every one of them has a direct order from my heart. One was sent to fortify your body. Knowing he has been targeted. I know he was weakened, pressured, assaulted. I know there are nights when he doesn't react like he once did. But I also understand you did not give up. That is also why I let go of assistance. The second angel brings oil to the brain. Seeing the weight of your ideas made me. The memories that sapped you from the inside, the uncertainty, the dread. I noticed when your thoughts turned into mazes, when your mind wished to cease. I'm putting it out once more today. Ideas will be realigned. The voices not originating from me will be hushed. The clarity you have sought will start to show itself in small but consistent ways. Sent with sword and shield, the third angel, he will guard your soul. The fights you encounter are not only physical or emotional. A spiritual battle seeks to keep you from your goal. Invisible arrows shot against your religion, your identity, your hope. But today I say, your spirit is surrounded. It is protected. I maintain it. I see everything, hence do not worry what you cannot see. I have also built barriers around you. These three angels accompany you today. Your soul already feels the effect of their presence even if your eyes do not see them. They don't make a lot of noise. They act precisely. They touch where it has to be touched. They mend what is agitated. They undo what was trapped. Your constancy ascended to heaven, therefore they were freed. Your cry shattered layers of silence. Because your name came up before me as someone who does not give up. As one who still believes even in suffering. Now is not the moment to give up. Now is the moment to stay watchful. Restoration is taking place in layers. Beginning in the body, it travels via the mind to the spirit. This sequence is not arbitrary. Knowing your framework helps me to understand I'm starting over with everything. Not only symptom relief. I am mending the core. I'm fixing the source. I'm changing the typeface. What you started is already irrevocable, though you might believe what you now feel is insignificant. The touch I gave inside you will grow fruit no assault will be able to halt. This is not a transient remedy. It's a total reorganization. It therefore has to be embraced with respect and confidence. Don't downplay what is occurring. Don't consider it as merely another message. Your response is this. Your date is this. Your body and spirit have been longing for this intervention. If you wish to keep hearing what heaven has to say about you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. This is about goal, not number. It's about remaining linked to the voice that supports you. It's about still getting words with healing, truth, and anointing. You understand this message was unique. And much is still to come. Remain where you are. Stay on the line. Stay focused. What I will next show you will expose the genuine cause of the assaults on your body. Since nothing you went through was by accident. Physical suffering has a spiritual origin. The weariness that plagues you has a noble purpose. When I show you this, everything will be clear. You will see why you fought so hard, why you suffered so much, and why I am now stepping in. Get your heart ready. The following word is activation, not only explanation. What had been dormant will be roused. What was imprisoned will be freed. What appeared to be pointless will be moved to the heart of my will. You are at the correct location, at the correct moment, hearing the correct voice. This is not by accident. That is a wonder. It's prudent. That is love. Breathe deeply again. The sky is moving. Your tale is being penned before my eyes. I began something in you. I shall go on. Until all is restored. Until all returns to the correct location. Starting it would make it unstoppable. I'm only beginning. Have you ever questioned why your body was so assaulted? What caused the discomfort to keep coming back? What made the weariness seem more than usual? Now I'll let you see what was behind it. The enemy sought to quiet your body since it is a sacred tool in my possession. He does not strike what is void. He strikes what holds fate. Your body also bears promises. I designed him to show my greatness on earth. The attacks on him were therefore unrelenting, very intense, and quietly deadly. Some events only occur when you appreciate the worth of what you carry. And that is what I am now disclosing to you. You were not created by accident. Your body is more than just bones and tissue. He is a sanctified vessel, a home I have selected to live in. The foe is aware of this. He attempted to persuade you that you were too feeble, too ill, too exhausted. He sought to skew your views so you thought it was already too late, that there was no more power, that all was being lost. But it was not. Even in the midst of assaults, I was saving what I gave you. Everything had a purpose. Every pain experienced, every unexpected constraint, every badly rested night was a representation of a spiritual battle developing around you. But you missed it. The enemy does not reveal itself obviously. He works in the shadows, attempting to wear you down gradually, attempting to rob you of your confidence, your attitude, your trust. But I did not let him cross the line. I placed my hand on you. I was supporting you even when it looked as though everything was crumbling. Your current struggle is not simply normal. It is spiritual. It's a very good try to cut you off from your calling. Your calling, however, persists. It remains extant. It remains in effect. There will be fulfillment as long as you breathe. Because I am loyal to complete every last detail of what I promised. Even weak, your body is still the stage of wonders. It will still be a tool for proclamation, praise, and healing. I picked him. I will protect you. You have to realize your body was targeted on purpose. It is a sign. A sign that there is something within you the foe does not want to grow. A sign that your voice commands respect. A sign that your hands still have work to accomplish and your feet still have areas to step. He attempted to quiet you with suffering. What I put into you shouts louder. Today, I'm turning on again what seems gone. You no longer have to dread suffering. Now that you know where it originated. You also know more about why I let it happen. I let it show you. To place you. To develop you. Not as punishment but more as preparation. Because what lies ahead will need actual strength from you. Not human strength but rather that which comes from me. This is already being published right now. Listening tunes something inside you. Your heart knows, so your spirit gets stronger. The foe wanted you to quit, but he couldn't. You will not succeed. Since I back you, I raise you up. I restate, your body still has a fate to complete. Your presence will bring forth promises solely. No one else occupies your position. You too. I gave you this part of the goal. And nothing can prevent this from occurring. Not sickness, not weariness, nor dread. Nothing can quiet my decision. You belong to me. And if I am with you, who will oppose you? You believed you were battling alone. In fact, you were not. The skies shifted in your favor even as no one saw your eyes brimming with tears and you took deep breaths attempting to mask the agony. I witnessed the precise time your body stopped reacting as usual. I observed when, despite everything in you faltering, you attempted to carry on with dignity. Those around might not have seen. Perhaps they didn't even mind. But I saw. I didn't only notice it, I did something about it. Before you even recognized it, my angels started to aid. They were freed by grace, not by merit. Out of love. Since I never abandoned you. They safeguarded your surroundings as you slept. They covered you while you wept. While your head remained muddled, they structured what appeared to be chaos. You didn't see it, but you sensed it. Amid the weariness, a senseless tranquility existed. A quick alleviation. An unexplainable power. This was deliberate. It was a result of intervention. Every prayer of yours has been heard. From the briefest to the longest. Those who merely uttered, "Lord, help me," even included. Even the ones you did mentally, without being able to open your lips. Heaven demands real hearts, not flawless words. Yours has been like this, honest, shattered, but loyal. I absorbed every shout like incense. Every movement of silent trust of yours rocked the sky. The angels were poised when you knelt powerless. Your tears of gratitude changed the environment around you. I know nobody else witnessed it. Though you were crumbling inside, I know you attempted to keep your cool. You told me everything was okay to avoid stressing your loved ones. Still, I am aware of every detail. I know how much your body has been crying out. I remember the evenings you believed you could no longer endure. Today, with both power and compassion, I tell you I care. I am careful. I save. And if you think this message came from heaven directly to your heart, then remark now, 7777. You will hear, get, and believe this number as a prophetic indication. My concern is not shallow. It's thorough. It is profound. My angels are not only surrounding you. They are operating inside you. They are touching unseen areas, sites you didn't even know required restoration. They are restoring what has been lost, washing what has been tainted, and correcting what has been warped. Healing is already starting but not yet entirely visible. This remedy depends on the order that came from my throne, not on men's diagnosis. Believe. Though you cannot see it. Though you still experience suffering. Though it may appear like nothing has changed. Being the God who operates in the unseen before appearing in the visible. I am the God who silently arranges everything before announcing the miraculous. Respect the journey. Pay attention to the signs. All of this is evidence that heaven has your back, that little improvement, that unanticipated respite, that word that came at the appropriate moment. You are more cautious than you think. More cherished than you think. And more powerful than you think. Since I back you. Should I be with you, no weapon created against you will flourish. Your opposition is not only yours. It originates from my being. That's why, even if you're tired, you're still up. Because I didn't let you down. Since my hand still supports you. Breathe deeply. I am restoring your eyesight as well as your strength. You are not lost, I am showing you. What looked like neglect was quiet concern. What looked like absence was quiet defense. The sky is moving purposefully. Your name still rings out in front of me. You are not forgotten. It was recalled. Selected. Be cautious. Chosen. The finest is still to be shown. Prepare yourself. Since the healing will be finished. Your narrative will still be a living testimonial of what I can achieve. This is not the end. You are just starting to recover. What looked to be final closure was really the beginning of what I'm about to do to you. You looked at your body and believed it had maxed out. You thought your strength had already run out, that nothing would change anymore, and that there was nothing more to do. But I say, what is broken will be fixed. What is weak will become strong. Whoever got sick will be healed since I have already begun to act. The illness does not have the last word. Your fate is not set by where. Your paralysis will not be the end of you. When I arrive, everything changes. Then I came in. I touched every part of your body that begged for assistance. I went there where you felt everything, yet the tests revealed nothing. I walked into the exhausted cells, the damaged bones, the quietly impacted organs. I came in with love and strength. What I begin, I complete. You didn't see it, but signs have already begun to show. That little progress. That night of sleep that felt unattainable. That inner tranquility. These are the initial indicators of the restoration. It won't be noisy. It will arrive consistently. Precisely. Deliberately. Being the God who rebuilds as well as the God who heals. What I'm restoring in you won't be weak as previously. It will be strong. Enduring. Consistent. My son, my daughter, I didn't bring you here to abandon you midway. Don't add a period where I'm only turning the page. New chapters are waiting to be lived. Chapters in which your hands will function again free of agony, where your steps will be purposeful, where your voice will be strong once more. Chapters in which your body will be a channel of blessing rather than a cause of misery. Tell someone who needs to recall God still controls this. Many people, like you, believed it was already too late. But it isn't. This is a time of essential regeneration. Rebuilding, not only relief. Not only physical strength but also mental clarity. Not only emotional healing but also spiritual rejuvenation. What I am doing to you is not cosmetic. It is profound. It will reach places hurt for many years. You will find memories that kept you back. It will end cycles that sapped your energy unconsciously. All of this is occurring now, even if it is unseen to the eye. The angels I dispatched keep on working. They didn't arrive only for a second. They came to track your progress. One impacts your physical structure, another reorders your thoughts, and the third guards your spirit from all attempts to weaken you inside. They follow my voice. And my voice said, it is time to restore. Now is the moment to rejuvenate. It is time to get this body ready for what I still have to do using it. Should any symptoms continue, do not be concerned. They are not indications of failure, rather, they are sounds of something losing power. What had control over you is being torn out. What held you back is being undone. What looked permanent will be reversed. I'm referring to life when darkness existed. Where there was weariness, I am releasing energy. Where once there was continuous instability, I am creating stability. Your whole existence is being realigned for the new period already started. And once I began, no one could halt. You are not bound to the diagnosis, the past, or the expectations of others. You are under my promise. My word is vibrant, strong, and when let free, it satisfies what I have decided. That's why now, even without knowing all, your heart starts to sense that something has shifted. And it truly did change. For I am your Lord God. And I'm telling it again, it's not over. Your recuperation starts now. Though weak, your body is sacred. Many have tried to persuade you differently, hence I say this. Many people, including yourself, glanced at their reflection and saw nothing but wear, constraints, and failures. But I view things differently. I find gold. I find a temple. I see the home I selected to live in with my greatness. Your body carries something that makes it precious even when you feel weak, my presence. Have you ever felt bad about not being able to perform what you once did? Have you ever gazed in the mirror and failed to identify the person staring back at you? Have you ever thought there was anything wrong with you when you compared yourself to others? But today I shatter these falsehoods. No scar reduces your worth. No mark of time sets you apart from my affection. No physical weakness causes me to abandon you. Conversely, I approach those who believe little. In weakness, I grow strong. I show myself in vulnerability. Your dignity is in how I shaped you, not in how others view you. I created you on purpose. My hands fashioned every aspect of your body. Every cell, every trace, every heartbeat of your heart. You are neither a mistake, an accident, nor a burden. You are a shrine. You are sacred home. You are a vessel of dignity carrying everlasting material. And that's precisely why you were so assaulted. The foe knows where I live, hence there is light. Power exists. Testimony exists. Unable to access the contents, he sought the temple. But now I am rebuilding the framework. Every part that has been shaken I am purifying, strengthening, restoring. I am strengthening internal columns weakened by time, suffering, and the messages you got that caused you to doubt yourself. I am clearing all the inside you gathered debris. All that kept your health from blooming. All that suppressed your vital force. Your recovery is not just healing but also repositioning, son, daughter. You are being returned to the core of gold. I am lifting you up as a walking, serving, witnessing living temple. You were not summoned to endure suffering. You were called to bear my splendor. She will show up. It will run over. You will pass it on to others. Since it is not about your might. It's about my anointing living in you. If this message resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Since I will keep conversing with you, I shall keep leading you. I will keep showing you that what I began in you is more powerful than any diagnostic, any idea of devaluation. From now on, my word will be the mirror by which you view yourself. Shame should not be your friend anymore. Don't take weariness as a punishment any longer. No more let look define your worth. Restoring your inside, I am also bringing back the shine to your eyes, the lightness to your steps, and the vitality to your days. The temple is being cleansed. And with it, your narrative is being redone. Breathe deeply. What formerly looked like decadence is now a stage for discovery. The weakness that surrounded you is now rich ground for my power to grow. Your entire life will be a proof that the body, even delicate, is holy when devoted to me. Prepare to witness your identity being restored from the inside out, not the outer. Whoever created you is now restoring you. And I don't err. I never let down. And I would never abandon you as you are. I am raising not only your physical form but also the goal it bears. I am mending beyond what one can see. Because some pains are invisible on tests. There are wounds that burn every day yet don't bleed. Some stresses go unnoticed by everyone, although they feel like mountains on your chest. That's where I'm playing now. Not only in your body, but also in what depletes you within. In your weary head. In your overwhelming feelings. In your muddled ideas. In the recollections that return unbidden. In the anxiety that refuses to leave even when all appears quiet. I know you inside and out. Not only on the outside, but also on the inside. I know what bothers you even if you can't identify it. I know what robs your pleasure, your hunger, your sleep. I know what you attempt to push away, as though ignoring it would be sufficient to cure. But today, with my words, I tell you, I am mending the unseen. I am handling what has been ignored for so long. I am touching your nerve system, controlling your mind, mending connections damaged by too much pressure, by words that harmed you, by choices that stressed you out. You don't yet grasp the degree of mending going on right now. Since it's not instant like a cut that heals. It is gradual. It is quiet. It is correct. I'm changing your thinking. Soothing racing ideas. Soothing the recollections that demand your tranquility theft. Fixing misconceptions that led you to think you weren't enough, unworthy, and had no more hope. I am removing the internal pictures linking you to the past. Removing voices attempting to determine your value depending on your shortcomings. Inside you, no drug could do the work already underway. No therapy would accomplish that. Because what harmed you was spiritual, not alone bodily. I also focus on treating what the natural environment doesn't touch. I am working on you like a godly surgeon. Precisely. Out of love. By being patient. Eliminating what is inflamed. Scraping what tainted. Sewing together what has been ripped. Restoring what appeared lifeless. The most amazing part is that you need not know how. You simply have to relax in the reality that I am doing it. You will see the change. Bit by bit, yet it moves on. One day, you will be shocked to recall something unpleasant without experiencing the former weight. You will see that dread that had been holding you back has lost all power. You will see that the guilt that was dragging you down no more controls you. I am restoring your identity. Your soul finds comfort, then. Your body reacts. Your outlook shifts. When I heal from inside, everything around starts to line up. You are being freed, not only healed. Of contrasts. Your need to defend oneself. The need to always seem strong. Years of emotional exhaustion are falling off of me. I'm returning to you the lightness you have not experienced since childhood. I'm showing you that you don't have to control everything to live in peace. That one may have faith even without knowledge. That one may ultimately feel as though everything is all right after taking a deep breath. If this term is really bothering you, enjoy this video right now. Not only as a gesture but also as an act of faith. Since what is being let loose upon you is not usual. It is supernatural. It is divine. It's for you, then. And by acknowledging this, your heart opens even more to accept what I have ready. Son, daughter, I'm not simply mending you. I am remaking you. I am getting you ready for a new period when your inner solidity will come from the inside out. Where your choices will be motivated by serenity rather than fear. Where your relationships will be founded on abundance rather than lack. Where the outcome of a healed soul will determine your rest rather than an escape. Keep listening in the next days. They won't be identical. Not because the world around you is going to change, but because something inside you is becoming connected with paradise. Then everything changes. I am mending beyond what one can see. Being the Lord who sees beyond appearances, I see the core. I see your core. And that's precisely where I'm presently acting. My presence is the missing balm. Not the sort of relief that fades fast, but the kind that reaches where no human touch can reach. I observed as you sought so many different approaches to rest, to feel better, to recover tranquility. He attempted to sleep more, quiet thoughts, look for diversions, but the relief was fleeting. Even when everything around seemed tranquil, it was as though something was still lacking, as though the soul was restless. And now I say to you, my presence was lacking. It wasn't a lack of sleep, it was a lack of tranquility. It was inner overburden, not only bodily weariness. Your spirit didn't need more free time, it needed more time spent with me. Because it is in me that your soul really rests. Your intellect calms, your emotions are ordered, and your spirit breathes in my company. It's about accessing the area that the world cannot touch, not about fleeing the world. That location is here. Along with me. I didn't come only to relieve your suffering, I came to be with you as it recovers. I come to wrap you in my affection till every weary component flowers once more. I came to sit with you in the middle of your exhaustion and turn this valley into a gathering spot. I reach out as many expect you to heal alone. Where the world tells you to go on, I say, rest in me. There are things within you that only heal themselves if you cease. When quiet. When you cease using your own power to fix everything. It is then that I show more clearly. Your soul hears my voice loudest there. With a whisper that heals rather than with shouting. I welcome since I don't trespass. I keep rather than push. I provide presence, I don't charge for output. Your soul was not created to exist in constant conflict. Not even your body to carry the world's burden by itself. I made you to live with me. To discover in me the rest that no location can provide. This rest has already started. It's occurring now, as you allow me in, as you allow yourself to listen. Rest is not dependent on conditions but rather on the consciousness that I am present. And I exist. I line your spirit as you breathe. As your heart beats, I cover your ideas with tranquility. I handle what concerns you while your body rests. As the God who operates as you believe, who works as you love me. What recovery as you give up. Don't always strive to be strong. When vulnerability is put in my hands, it has strength. My presence is surrounding you like a silky oil. It is coming in via the openings the suffering created. It's filling the gap you didn't even know how to call. I am giving you back your capacity to live without fear, to breathe without weight, and to celebrate without shame. I am guiding you to live in me, not as a visitor but as one who stays. Your actual home is me. In my presence, you shall be fully restored. Your journey here takes time, that is irrelevant. What counts is that you came. I don't get you with expectations but rather with love. I don't see you with expectations but rather with empathy. Rest is what I give you, I don't want justifications from you. You don't have to wow me. It simply has to be. And as soon as it is, everything begins to line up. Since my presence not only comforts you, it changes you. It is in this invisible and eternal environment that I am preparing your body, your mind, and your spirit for what will come. Your roots are being set in deep waters so the winds of life won't rip you from the ground. I am rebuilding your basis with kindness rather than pressure. I am gently raising you so that your trip is no longer an alone battle but rather one with me. Remain here. Since what I'm doing is not yet complete. More still has to be mended. More is still to be shown. I am more for you to know. It all starts in the quiet of my presence, where the world ends. I was there when no one saw you. I was near while you sobbed quietly, lacking the will to say. I heard your heart when your spirit fell mute since there were no more words. I maintained your framework from the inside when exhaustion consumed your body and everything appeared to whirl aimlessly. I saw it, but no one else did. No one contacted, but I helped you. Though you believed you were invisible, I looked at you with love. That morning, when sleep eluded you and your body appeared to give out, you believed you were alone. But I was present. Resting at your side, caring for things you couldn't even identify, not as a distant thought but as a living presence. I wrapped you in stillness not to draw your attention to me but to help you stay upright. You stayed. Even in fragments, worn out, terrified. This was no little task. That was a wonder. Every second I was present. I witnessed as you attempted to clarify your suffering, but no one grasped it. I witnessed when they overlooked the indicators of tiredness, when they belittled your suffering, and when they mocked your frailty. I watched when they claimed it was drama, that it was exaggeration, that it was a lack of faith. But I was aware. I knew there was a cry beneath your stillness. I understood there was a cry for aid underneath your effort at normality. That is why I stayed put. I remained behind. Though your faith fluctuated. Even when your head wanted to quit. I remained. Since I am loyal. While your body was deteriorating, my spirit was already at work. Contacting your cells. Guarding your organs. Improving your defenses. Sending tranquility to your internal chemistry. You did not see it, yet my intervention kept you alive. It was not only medicine. It wasn't only rest. It was my hand, operating as you slept. Calming your key functions, it was my voice. My love was what kept you from disintegrating. On days you believed you were only surviving, I carried you. I held you in times when your heart wished to cease. Because I was the one who stopped them, I shielded you from sins that never came true. Even now, I keep blocking, shielding, and diverting unseen assaults. The sky covers you, so they don't affect you. My presence is not only comfort, it is also defense. Share this with anyone who believes God has forgotten about them. Many like you are struggling in silence, believing they are not seen, not heard, not cared for. But I do care. I always made sure. The evidence is that you are here, now, hearing this word from my heart aimed just at your time. Nothing you encountered was pointless. Not even the days when your soul was weary and your mind was empty. I was clearing your way. I was getting your insides ready. Since something fresh is being born within you. Something that required this emptying. I understand it was painful. I know you believed you could not manage it. He, however, put up with it. You are now prepared for what follows since you suffered it. Don't assume I was far away. I was nearer than ever. Every tear you shed has been gathered. Every gasping breath, every weary moan, every effort to go on was viewed as an act of faith. I never disregarded your suffering. Conversely, I took use of every minute to water dormant seeds inside you. Seeds of maturity, power, judgment. Now they start to grow. What you perceived as abandonment was really preparedness. The jewels I put in you could only surface on this damaged ground. Your soul is now stronger than you think, more sensitive and more aware. Though weak, your body has a resistance created from my unrelenting presence. I was present. And I remain here. Your restoration is still ongoing. It's just beginning to flower in front of me. And I am going to the conclusion. I always shall. Since I am the God who never forsakes his own. You are not a halted project but rather a work in progress. I never left anything half done, and I wouldn't start something with you that I don't plan to complete. Your journey is not one of failure or rejection. That is a building sign. I am building you from the inside out. Polishing old layers, reducing unneeded weight, changing what time and suffering have warped. You are not being neglected in any way. Everything is being done precisely, purposefully, and lovingly. You looked at yourself and believed you had ceased. That he had become weak. That was tardy. But I noticed something different. I noticed you becoming better. I noticed your inside growing older. I noticed your roots deepening. I noticed your framework become more resistant. I had to get you ready to assist new locations before I could take you there. This preparation is not rushed. It calls for time, stillness, and brokenness. You endured everything. It persisted even without knowledge. The suffering was not retribution. It was a means. Silence was not desertion. It was planned. Fatigue was not disdain. It was a boundary to show you to rely on me. I was there in every one of these stages. Strengthening your religion. Growing your capacity to hear my voice. Distancing you from your distractions. Making you more complete, stronger, and more aware. There was nothing lost. Everything is being transformed into a basis for what is to follow. I don't hurry since eternal works are not created in a rush. You are among such works. You are a shrine. You are a witness. You are someone who bears inside you the scars of my love. When others look at you and just see what's still lacking, I look and see how much you've developed. How much has already been mended. How much has already changed. That is why I say with confidence, you were not disturbed. You have been reoriented. You were apart. You were honed to bear something more. Should this term inspire you, join this channel immediately. Every communication that gets to you is part of the work I am doing. There is a trip being made inside you. Keep in mind what I began. More is on the way. Deeper, straighter, awake touch. The ground was being prepared, hence some promises have not yet materialized. The day of revelation is now drawing near, nevertheless. I saw you in the days you believed you had backslid. When he believed he was unlearning. When he believed he was no longer creating anything. But it was the reverse. You were being restored. They were tearing down the old building. Old forces were being traded. Motives have been cleaned. What once inspired you no longer does. Your source is now in me. That alters everything. What looked like squandered time was really lost time. Time for the fundamentals. Time during which, patiently, I restored your spirit. Your developing faith is now more firm. Love, most pure. Peace, more steady. You are different. This indicates that the improvement is achieving its goal. When I complete this stage, you will see why it was required to experience all you did. Remain with me. Though human eyes may not see it, I see the beauty of what is being birthed. What is born with a strong basis stays. You will be like a tree planted by the waters, which gives fruit in its season and is not disturbed by the wind. The labor I started in you is not fragile. It is long-lasting. It is holy. And like every work done by my hands, it will be finished with glory. You belong to me. And what is mine, I perfect to the finish. The new has already begun within you. Your eyes may not see it yet there is already movement inside you. Cells are being restored. Functions are being restarted. Internal structures are being aligned with the goal I set from the start. I work where no one sees while you wait for outward signals, as all genuine change starts in the unseen. What I am now constructing in you will help what is to come. I am reorganizing your inner home. I'm clearing out what occupied space but didn't create life. I am reconstructing pillars of spiritual power, hope and faith. Little by little, what was formerly out of alignment returns to alignment. What had once been weakened starts to strengthen. What once appeared useless comes back to throbbing with significance. Your body, soul, and spirit are no longer split, they are being merged to coexist harmoniously with my will. You don't see it, yet your energy is shifting. Your breathing already exudes more calm. Your heart already beats more assuredly. The lightness starting to show does not result from physical relaxation but rather from the weight I am removing from your shoulders. It's the weight of the strain, the comparison, the quiet remorse that has followed you for years. I'm removing this and replacing it with a new cloak. Cloak intentionally. Cloak of alignment. Deep restoration cloak. You were not healed only to enjoy lighter days. You were cured to carry greatness. You have been healed to transcend mere existence. You were cured to show what I put inside you. Your inner framework thus had to be strengthened initially. I do not pour fresh wine into an ancient wineskin. Instead, I fix the wineskin to enable it to resist what is to come. This procedure is already started inside you. Details are being sewed into it. It is being firmly founded. The quiet you experience now should not be undervalued. It indicates realignment. Do not overlook the calm of your soul. That shows growth. Some feelings emptiness shouldn't surprise you. It denotes cleanliness. What I'm doing to you transcends feeling. It surpasses what is transient. It is profound, long-lasting, and changing. I don't just touch the symptom. I address the core. My word has already reached the root. Your temple is under reconstruction. And with it, your capacity to dream. Your readiness to go on. Your enjoyment of life free of fear. I am restoring dulled senses. By routine, by suffering, by disappointments, I am reviving lights that had been extinguished. I am restoring your sensitivity to my voice, my touch, my concern. You will once more see me in the specifics. What you once overlooked will once more touch you. You will once more live deeply. Though it is partly physical, its rebuilding is spiritual. I am sending energy into your body. Bone strength. Stability for your thoughts. Clarity for your feelings. Everything is being corrected so you can walk without dragging, speak without being silent inside, and live without hiding behind masks. I didn't cure you only to make you feel better. I healed you to move you back into position. This new position calls for a revived body, a pure soul, and an enlightened spirit. Breathe deeply now. You are in the center of a holy process. The new item I have ready does not begin from the outside to the interior. It begins from the inside out. My presence is already touching, restoring, and transforming this inside. Be strong. Your life will not only be different when this procedure is finished, it will be a live testimonial to my greatness. Many will see what I did in you and realize that it was my hand, my love, my promise completed in every detail. Some losses were hidden releases. I understand it was painful. At the time, I know you didn't get it. I know you wept over broken relationships, shuttered roads, and unfulfilled aspirations. But today I show you, it was preservation, not rejection. It was guidance, not punishment. I took off what would not lead you to where I summoned you. I took out what robbed you of power and stopped you from growing. Though it seemed like desertion, it was love. A love that shielded you from crumbling under the burden of something not originating from me. There are items you truly wanted to preserve, but they were causing you internal suffering. There are people you loved but who were drawing your attention away, aggravating your doubts, and quietly suppressing your goal. Though it was hard, I had to let the separation. The new one I made calls for lightness. Needs room. It calls for freedom for my seeds to develop untainted, unbothered, unopposed. You requested restoration. I began by leveling the ground. Not all losses are losses. At times, it's pruning. Every pruning causes suffering. Every pruning, however, exposes the farmer's concern. And I am the farmer. I know every root, every fruit, every branch. I know precisely what has to remain and what has to leave. Not because I want to remove it, but because I want you to be more prolific. Bearing fruit, then, calls for delivery. It calls for faith. It calls for letting go of what cannot walk with you in the following season. You weren't left behind. You have been set aside to move forward. At first, this separation is painful. In time, it frees. You cannot even begin to understand how much you were shielded when you lost what you fought so fiercely to retain. There were handcuffs masquerading as love. There were initiatives not created from my spirit that looked like yours. There were routes that would lead to disappointment but promised much. And I let you go. I set you free despite your struggle to stay. Today I say to you, believe me. Trust what emerged. Have faith in what is left. Believe what is to come. Everything I let has meaning. Should something left, it is because it no longer served your development. It no longer benefited you. The new item I am bringing was very weighty. Comment now if you think this word came directly from heaven to validate what you were already experiencing. I trust in God's plans. Don't hold yourself responsible for what you undone. Don't punish yourself for something you couldn't maintain. At times, what you refer to as failure is only the conclusion of a cycle. Cycles have to terminate for fresh starts to take place. I'm moving you. I'm clearing your path. I'm restructuring your links. There will be new arrivals. New paths will be shown. When you look back and see that I was always in charge, everything will start to make sense. Your experience was not pointless. Pain educated you. Losses made you older. Disappointments have made you more aware of my voice. Now more than ever, you are equipped to tell what originates from me and what merely feels fantastic. You are more awake. More profound. Stronger. The fire you experienced cleaned you, not burned you. Keep on walking. Look back with thankfulness instead of regret. For what appeared to be an end was really deliverance. What looked vacant was space being opened up. What appeared to be loss was the sowing of something fresh. That seed is already germinating. It's already developing within you. It is already skyward aiming. The fruit that will come will be plentiful, everlasting, for my honor. You are no longer the same person. This is evidence, therefore, that the procedure was successful. That trimming led to development. That the suffering becomes ingrained. And now you shall thrive. Gently. Evidently. Deliberately. Everything I let depart your life created space for something far larger to come in. And it's already arriving. The new has come. And you are prepared to experience it. You are being in line with the everlasting. Something in you transcends human knowledge. It is a quiet, exacting, deep effort. I am harmonizing your mind, body and spirit with heaven. The new time I have set calls for clarity, integrity, insight, spiritual vigor more than just opposition. And all of this is now being let out on you. It's about harmonizing with what is ageless, not only about altering phases. Distractions are being eliminated. Excesses are being cut back. Internal sounds are being muted. In this season, moving forward with what does not fit who you are becoming is impossible. I'm not only mending you, I'm also lining you up. So that every stride of yours is solid. So that your choices reflect my voice. So that your path shows what I set from the start. Your mind is being refreshed. Eternal truths are replacing old ideas. The falsehoods you thought about yourself are being undone. Your next stage is becoming less fearful. You are losing the weight that kept you stuck. Your perspective is growing today. You are starting to view with the eyes of trust. That alters everything. The new season calls for a fresh sort of faith. Not now one based on evidence, on outside verification, on human security. But a faith that is built in the unseen. Who relies in what I pledged, even when all around appears to the contrary. I'm showing you to believe what hasn't yet appeared. Water walking. Moving with determination even without sight of the ground. Your body, your mind, and your spirit are coming into one with my desire. Your health starts to reflect your compliance, then. That your feelings start to mirror your self-assurance. May your body start to reflect the lightness of your healed spirit. And in this harmony, everything begins to flow. What formerly took work will now be graceful. What once sapped you will now be life-giving. Being at the middle. And where I am, there is order, there is balance, there is completeness. You will sense a shift in something. Your interior has been moved, so it won't be because the outside world has changed. Peace will follow anxiety. Insecurity will give way to confidence. Doubt will give way to guidance. All of this will come from my presence in you, not from logic or planning. Of my spirit operating inside you. From heaven occupying your territory. Enjoy this video now if this word validated what you were already experiencing in your spirit. Not as an emotional reaction but rather as a faith act. Your gesture is also prophetic, so as to say, Lord, I accept this alignment. It has strength as well. It also tells the unseen world that you are prepared to live what results from me. Though not for everyone, this change will be simple for you. Your foundation is now solid. Your mind now knows who leads you. Since your spirit already knows the sound of my voice. What baffled you no longer has access. What led you off course no longer finds an entrance. And what had you weak has already lost its supremacy. For I, the Lord, am creating all things new inside you. It stays in this procedure. What happens will call for your best version, not the most perfect one, but the most aligned. The one who understands relaxation. Who understands to wait. Who knows how to tell apart. Who knows how to walk in the sky's rhythm. This rhythm is already playing within you. And it's leading you to the next step. Next up is the next reveal. For the upcoming season already knocking at the door. It isn't over. You are only beginning. What you believed to be the conclusion of a cycle was really the first step into a new season. I have not ceased working on you. To the contrary, I have only just started a new stage of your path. The stage at which former survival becomes power. Where the suffering that affected you becomes others' healing. Where the fragility of your body serves as a live testament to what my strength can restore. You are beginning to feel it even if you are not yet seeing everything. A new rhythm is forming inside you. A new kind of energy. A different kind of awareness. A new sort of faith. That didn't come from luck or your own will. That was from me. Your body is being lifted by me using a new framework. Not only with relief but also with opposition. Not only with mending but also with total renovation. Not only with restoration but also with repositioning. The strength that will keep you going from now on is different from the one you had before. It's more consistent, deeper, more in line with who you are becoming. Your work is unfinished. Some commitments still have to be kept. Words let out will still grow. Some fates rely on your presence, voice, touch, and vitality. That motivates me to keep going. Everything I began in you will be finished. I don't bring you here and then leave you. I don't raise you up and then let you drop. My hands have guided every stage of your recovery. Every aspect of the labor is even the pauses, the silences, the doubts. And this labor is sacred. This task lasts forever. This work bears the mark of my commitment. The slowness shouldn't worry you. It shows depth. Building something that will last gives me no hurry. What I am currently unleashing in you is more than just healing. It is identity. It's clear goal. It is spiritual development. It's the capacity to hear my voice among the noise. The capacity to decline what depletes you. Ability to keep your peace even under difficult surroundings. Restoring you is not enough. I want to equip you to bear greatness. Glory calls for organization. It calls for uniformity. Needs root. I'm still probing you. Not to reveal you, but to ground you. I am still honing your soul, changing your intellect, fortifying your feelings, protecting your spirit. Given the intensity of what comes ahead. Not for weight, but for goal. You will be the solution. You will be a tool. You will be a refuge. Your internal structure must be prepared for this. The procedure is still ongoing. But look back for a moment and see, you are not in the same location anymore. Your pain no longer has the same weight. You no longer have the same dread. He no longer believes the same falsehoods. This demonstrates the change is in progress. Though slight, it is genuine. Though subtle, it is significant. Every day you stay in me, it will keep happening. Every dawn, I shall restore your strength. Every step will confirm your course. Every difficulty will help me to demonstrate to you that you are not alone. Since I follow you. And I keep getting ready the road as you walk. While you believe, I keep operating covertly. I am composing the next chapter even while you sleep. Nothing remains still. Everything is being lined up with the sky. And even if there are days when it appears as though everything has cooled down once more, keep in mind, it hasn't. A basis is being set up. Your fight is being formed. Your heart is being tried to accept what is everlasting. I don't offer fragile structures, large stuff. I fortify first, then pass across. I get ready first. And I am getting ready for you something wonderful. The job goes on. The sky is still watching your narrative. You are still surrounded by my angels. Your spirit stays in me. I still keep my word. Your life will still be filled with marvels you didn't even dare ask for. Being the God who goes beyond. What I'm doing in you right now won't finish next week or next month. It will be with you throughout your life. Breathe deeply once more. This is only the start of something amazing.